What's up, y'all? As you can see, we're not at the range for this video today. The range time is probably the most fun I have out there, doing a bunch of shooting, doing a lot of testing, just a whole lot of fun out at the range. However, being out at the range does come with a lot of responsibilities and safety considerations, like I'm sure all y'all know. Everybody always thinks about the ear pro and the eye pro. I think pretty much everybody has that covered. But one thing a lot of people do neglect to think about is if the worst were to happen out there, namely a gunshot wound out there to yourself or to somebody else out there, just anything can happen. And I think a lot of people honestly aren't prepared for that. So what we're taking a look at here today was sent over to us by the folks over at RTS Tactical. Y'all know I did some body armor testing with them, and they were kind enough to send this out for me to check out for the channel for y'all. And we're looking at their Rapid Deploy IFAK. It basically means just what it says. It's an individual first aid kit meant to be carried by an individual, all encompassing in one package, easy enough for one person to carry, and it basically has the contents to treat one person for a gunshot wound or some other kind of bleeding type trauma. Now, that's not to say there aren't enough contents in here to treat more than one person, but most of these are a one-time use kind of thing, and more than likely, if the worst were to happen, you're going to use a lot of this stuff on that one individual person. Now, first thing I want to say about this isn't just a little first aid kit. You know, this isn't meant for cuts and scrapes and bruises and headaches or bug bites or things like that. This kit is put together for heavy trauma, stopping the bleeding until you can get the injured person to somewhere that is better equipped to take care of that issue. Very nice little portable package, really compact, so you think, there can't be a whole lot in here, but you'll be really surprised what all they have stuffed in this thing. Really nice heavy duty Cordura pouch. You can see it's got Molly style webbing on the front, got the Molly style straps on the back to strap to your plate carrier, any other kind of tactical vest, your belt if you wanted to. Got some nice extra bungee on the side here. First thing you'll see obviously is you got your medical shears, your bandage scissors, whatever you want to call them, stuck on the outside here. Two different Velcro positions. You can switch the hanging position to a upwards or a downwards, however you like to have it. Really nice heavy duty zippers on both sides, and you'll see what the purpose of those are here in just a second. You've got some hook and loop on the top if you want to put an extra patch or even Velcro some other type of equipment to the top of this. You do have a little red Velcro tab on the top here to signify this is a first aid kit. Now, for whatever reasons, there are multiple reasons you wouldn't want this to be identified as a medic or have people know that this is your medic service right here. That is removable, so we won't get into the different reasons for that. Most likely, most people will leave that on here, but there are specific reasons why you would not want to be identified as a medic. I'll mention right quick also that this is covered by their lifetime warranty on this, so this is a really, really good quality piece of gear here. So let's jump into how this thing works and what the contents inside are. As the name implies, it's Rapid Deploy IFAK, meant to deploy rapidly. So the design of this pouch, it'll be hanging on your piece of equipment here. This pull tab, you're simply going to pull it down, and as you see, it opens right up to reveal all the contents inside. Very easy to get to. Now, like I say, first thing was going to be your bandage shears on the outside. Simply unhook the Velcro. Got a nice pair of stainless bandage shears there. Good for obviously what the name says, cutting bandages, cutting through clothing to get to different wounds, cutting through straps of whatever kind to getting equipment off the injured person. So multitude of uses for these scissors there. So you got your scissors in there. Now, I'm not going to go into any great detail on the actual use of each individual item here. I personally know how to use these items, and I would be able to use these, but one important thing is if you get one of these, you want to open this up, familiarize yourself with these items, the use of them. If you wanted to take some classes in person even, that'd be a great thing. If not, there's lots of videos out there. I highly encourage you to not only be prepared with this equipment, but you got to be able to know how to use it. Some of this stuff, it can be complicated if you've never worked with any of this stuff, so education is absolutely key on being able to use this equipment properly. So with that out of the way, let's get into what's actually in this kit. So you got a really nice roll of cloth medical tape here, very nice tape. If y'all hadn't used this medical type tape, this stuff sticks to pretty much anything. So got a nice roll of tape there hanging on the bungee there. You got a nasopharyngeal airway. So if you've got some kind of airway obstructions that you're going to have to start an artificial airway, you got that in here. You also, I'm sure, You should have, yeah, you've got some lube for it there. So like I say, you really need to familiarize yourself with the use of this stuff. You can't just go into this kind of stuff blindly. So you got that. You do have a pair of nitrile gloves in here, just a basic pair of nitrile examination gloves. You've got a CPR mask here. I think pretty much everybody's familiar with CPR masks there to protect yourself and the person you may be doing CPR on. Now up on the top here, on your left side, you got one of the most important things in this kit if you're talking about a bleeding wound to an extremity, a gunshot type of wound that you can't get the bleeding stopped on, and that's a tourniquet. Now it comes basic with the basic setup with this SWAT T tourniquet. Personally, I'm really a fan of these SWAT T tourniquets. These SWAT T tourniquets can be used for a lot of different things, not just a tourniquet on an extremity, wrapping over some a secondary dressing, over some gauze, over an Israeli bandage, over some quick clot, just a lot of different uses. Stabilize a splint even. These SWAT T tourniquets are really easy to use and really versatile. Now that being said, they do offer a couple of other options. If you order this, it's going to come with this regardless, but you can have them add. A lot of people are big fans of the cat type tourniquets, which are excellent. Now one benefit of the cat tourniquet over this is personally, I would say the cat tourniquets are easy to apply to yourself and when a one-handed use. This one is more of like a stretch. You know, you get the one wrap and it's going to kind of cling once you get it overlapped, and then you just start pulling tighter and tighter. But all that being said, like I said, you can opt for upgrade to an additional cat tourniquet, or they have the soft T type tourniquet too. So it's basically kind of personal preference. Like I say, this one has a multitude of uses. The cat T is going to be easier to apply to yourself, so it wouldn't hurt to have both, to be honest with you. But as for the basic setup, it comes with this SWAT T multi-use tourniquet. Now on the other wing, first thing you have is a little mini Sharpie here. Basically, this could be used for marking your times that you applied, circling different entry wounds and exit wounds, just so you don't lose track of where you've got wounds. Other things that the injured person may tell you, just basically something handy to write down any notes or any kind of procedures and times that you might need to write down. Then you've got just a basic little glow stick with a lanyard on it. This could be used if you got low lighting, if you happen to be in the road somewhere, or you just need to mark something. Y'all know what glow sticks can be used for, just all kinds of stuff. You can hang it around the person's neck, hang it around your neck for lighting. So pretty handy little thing to have in this kit. Under that, you got some compressed gauze. Looks like it's about 4 yards of just regular old 6-ply cotton gauze. So very nice to have that there. That's something that even now this is a lot more than it looks like because it's so compressed, but that is a pretty decent amount, even though it doesn't look like it is compressed. So you got 4 yards of gauze there. Now in the middle here are a few things that are very important to have in a trauma kit. Not that all this rest of it wasn't, but these are crucial in my opinion. You got an Israeli bandage here. Basically it's a pressure bandage, applying extreme pressure to bleeding wounds. A lot of times where you can't get a tourniquet, or where a tourniquet's not really warranted, if you can get the bleeding stopped with this pressure bandage. Now this is some nice stuff they've got in here. This isn't just some old the cheapest thing they could find. Really nice Israeli bandage here. This is something that you would definitely want to watch some instructions or a video on how to use if you've never used one of these pressure bandages. It's not just as simple as wrapping it around. It's not hard to use, but there are some specific things you need to do with one of these. So very nice to have that in here. The next thing you got in here is some quick clot gauze. Looks like 3 inches by 2 feet of quick clot gauze. This is some really great stuff to have in a trauma kit like this. If you got a bleed that just refuses to stop on you, if it's somewhere you can't get that tourniquet, or maybe even can't really get that Israeli bandage on there effectively, this will be a big help to try to stop that bleeding. It's just gauze impregnated with a clotting agent, so really helps to stop the bleed. This is basically essential to have in one of these trauma kits. So you got 1 pack of that. And then last but certainly not least, you've got a twin pack of the hyphen vent chest seals. So you got one for an entry and one for an exit if you've got a through and through, especially in the torso area, upper chest area. These are absolutely essential. If you've got like I say, a torso bullet wound through and through, you absolutely want these in your kit. Vented hyphen vent, this is a very good brand name on chest seals. So again, they're not putting some old cheap junk. But like I said before, you definitely, these are pretty straightforward on how you use these, but you definitely want to watch some videos at least and get familiar with this stuff before, God forbid, you have to use this out in the field. field. But that's everything included inside the RTS Rapid Deploy IFAK. A very nice little assortment of stuff here. Pretty much everything you're going to need to get that person stabilized, because that's your goal out in the field with these IFAKs. It's not to completely heal the person. It's not to completely get them ready to roll and go back to the house. Your goal, if you have to break this thing out right here, is to get that person stabilized, to stop the bleed, and then get them to a hospital or wherever else you need to get them as quickly as possible. And from what I'm seeing of the contents of this kit, you will be absolutely prepared to do just that. I know this video wasn't near as exciting as my range videos out there doing some shooting or jelly testing, whatever, but like I say, in my opinion, very essential part of having fun out on the range is being prepared for the worst. So if y'all are interested in checking out one of these IFAKs from RTS Tactical, I'll leave a link down in the description of the video where you can go check that out. They sell a lot of nice stuff on their website. As y'all know, they've sent me over some body armor, some 3+ that we did a video and testing on. They've sent me this now. They have plate carriers. They have a lot more armor, ceramic, soft armor. And speaking of that, just a little quick preview, a little spoiler. They sent me something else to test out too, so we're stepping it up a notch on the armor testing, so definitely be on the lookout for that. But if y'all did enjoy the video and think it was useful, reach down and hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification icon so you can get notified when I upload these new videos. I really do appreciate all my Range Gang members for hitting the join button. That really helps, and I thank every single one of y'all out there for supporting the channel by watching my videos, hitting that thumbs up, hitting that subscribe button, and leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think about this IFAK kit. Do y'all have one set up already? Have you been thinking about getting one and just have been putting it off? Has this kind of changed your mind and thinking that you may need one? Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. I've got a bunch of fun videos on the way, so y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for those. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and we'll see you soon.